Hello? My name is Osama bin Laden. Now don't hang up. I have some exciting information for you.
Welcome to the F Plus Podcast, a spooky place for terrible things read with enthusiasm. In the room tonight we have Mitzy Rae And Brojack,
The mystery of the Nintendo puzzle completed whilst we slept.
Frank West,
A face with sad eyes appeared on my TV.
from lefthandedradio.com and the Sequel Machine, which you should totally listen to, it's Adam Bozarth.
The light went on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. I said the first thing that came to my mind. Vince!
From I Don't Even Own a Television at IDon'tEvenOwnATelevision.com, it's Chris Collision.
A strange sink incident in the old hospital bathroom.
And Lemon. I am denied any supernatural experience. I even challenged Satan himself to just manifest or give me a sign, and I give him my soul. Nothing. I envy you all.
By the end of this, you'll envy the dead.
Cursed to live in reality.
Cursed to mark a website.
Will I never get my own bullshit?
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, F+.
Hey, Lemon.
Hey, Lemon.
Lemon.
Hello.
Would you, in this podcast, like to go on a journey of discovery?
You've asked that a lot of times, and every time we've discovered a lot of stupid things.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's always brought us great
I
places.
want to discover a lot of stupid things.
Stupid things. Now, what do you mean by stupid things?
Oh, any sort of stupid thing? Should I be
Well-
expecting a specific kind?
So I'm looking here at the hopper, and I see 58 different documents, some of which are from 2012, and sorry. But I don't necessarily know that I have any stupid things for you. What I do have is paranormal experiences, which are it's a place to share your paranormal ghost stories, psychic and spiritual experience. Does that seem stupid to you?
Seems spooky to me.
Okay.
Kind of highbrow. I don't know.
I mean, I don't go in for the intellectual stuff, but
Well, today we're going to be visiting my-paranormal-experience.com. It's a site with...
my paranormal experience. Fuck! my _paranormal _experience.
Fuck! Fuck you, GoDaddy! Could have taken .ru. Anyway, my paranormal experience is not updated that frequently, I guess, because the last post is from July 12th of 2014. But we're going to be learning about actual, real, factual, sourced, from the mouth of babes, stories about paranormal experiences. And I think we're going to learn a lot. So, let's start out with Adam. Adam, you have a story you wanted to share about your grandpa, is that right?
I have a question.
Oh, what is your question?
Did I communicate with my grandpa through Netflix? From Michaela.
No.
Nope.
You didn't.
Your grandpa costs $7 a month?
My grandpa is a copy of Multiplicity.
Well, that's why I've never seen your grandpa.
Yeah, your grandpa's queue is getting a little stale now that you just stream all the time.
My story. I was laying in bed watching Netflix. I had been watching Long Island Medium earlier, and she talked about her journey, opening up to spirits. In my head, I thought about whether I could be open to this ever. I was considering clearing my mind sometime and trying to communicate with my grandpa, who passed 5 months ago.
So you wanted to. So you were watching Long Island Medium, and then you were
Yes.
like, okay, good, yep, okay.
As I lay it in my bed,
Why is
It
that such a
was-
hard word?
and kind of jokingly told my grandpa that if 1M came and I was still watching to shut it off. A little while later, my screen just went black. I've had Netflix fail many times and ways, but never like this.
Where it just went black? I mean,
Yes?
Okay, not to get too technical, but the code base is updated thousands of times a day, so whatever. No, it's fine. It's Ghost. It's Ghost.
Updated by Ghost?
I smiled at the coincidence, closed my laptop screen, and rolled over to go to sleep. Quickly I looked up to see the time. 1 Ugh, strange coincidence. Haha, right?
No.
I thought I had flash.
No.
I had a thought flash across my mind about how much my grandpa loved dogs.
Okay.
That's
This story's getting more believable the further you get.
That's definitely ghost shit right there. Nobody would ever think that
That's-
without some kind of paranormal intervention.
Ooh, I like dogs!
It was
Just then, Netflix started playing Dogs 101.
it was his love of dogs that led to his ironic death.
You should have been watching Air Bud on Netflix then.
He died watching Air Bud on Netflix.
I have a 9-month-old golden retriever who never ever barks except for one quick warning bark if she gets scared. Right then in the dark on the floor, she started barking this fearful, high-pitched series of scream-like barks. I wasn't even thinking. I was so shocked and scared and ran to flip off the lights. He was standing scared in the middle of the room. Whining.
Winning.
Winning. In the middle of the room, winning. Who knows what happened, but I have never experienced or felt any way close to this experience. And my dog had never done anything like that before or since.
So, okay, let's walk this back for just a second. Okay, so she's watching Long Island Medium,
Yes.
and then she's like, I want to communicate with my dead grandfather, and then she doesn't, and then she's like, oh, but in a way I did, right? Is that what happened?
I think she was saying that she was thinking about her grandfather and said, Grandpa, make sure that I turn this off at 1 o'clock. And she looked
like,
up and the
he's her
TV
sleep
had
alarm.
turned off. Yeah.
Well, I'm
So-
glad they have some sort of system to get against that cue, where it plays the next episode. Because I'll be asleep, and then all of a sudden, like, the Star Trek theme starts over again. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm awake again.
Yes.
Well, I get if I'm watching it and then if you don't pick episodes, if you just keep watching and keep watching, it'll check in. But it feels I get a little defensive because it feels like they're going like, "Are you still watching Property Brothers?"
So Grandpa's soul gets trapped in sort of like the in-between area between the living world and the afterlife, just to accomplish one last task, and that's make sure Michaela goes to bed at a reasonable time.
and piss off his dog.
Right. also freak out the
Grandpa
dog.
loved scaring dogs.
There is one thing left I must do. I gotta make that dog bark at 1 in the goddamn morning. That's gonna be awesome. Grandpa was a bit of a prick.
Yeah. Frank West, you have a comment, right?
Yes, I'm Taylor.
Hey, Taylor.
I'm truly jealous of your experience. My Baba, Cranian Grandma, has been sick a long time now. She is 91 years old. I have contemplated to myself so many occasions to ask her, if at all possible, please come back and give me a sign if you can.
Ugh.
What?
But I
he's
don't wanna come
hey, so
across
you're
as
like
delirious."
the person I know who's gonna die the soonest.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, not hopefully.
Ugh. So you're on her deathbed, just like, hey, when this finally happens, would you come over and freak me the fuck out? It would be awesome.
Scare me when you're dead.
All right. Boots.
You lemon.
That story was a little bit silly. I don't think that there was a lot of.
What?
Oh.
You know, I don't know. It's a bit of a flight of fancy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like real politics. Do you have anything like substantive to talk about?
Yeah. I've got
that?
something serious to talk about.
Okay, what's
Yeah,
that?
my name's GJA.
Okay.
And I got to talk about the 9/11 prediction and a phone call from Osama bin Laden.
I hate Morrissey's new lyrics.
My story, I know no one will believe me, but I remember predicting 9/11.
Oh.
Since
So not Osama bin Laden, because like Osama bin Laden predicting 9/11 would
Definitely
not have been, like,
predicted
impressive.
9/11.
Are we sure this isn't Osama bin Laden?
2009.
Since I was a child in the 70s, I've been told by an American-sounding voice of an extremely important date that would be known as 9/11.
Listen, one of these days we're going to invent September 11th.
They said it couldn't be done.
By the early 1990s, I was aware that a hijacked plane would crash into a skyscraper in New York, possibly the World Trade Center, on 11th September 2001.
And then I invented the Wingdings font.
This could be Tom Clancy.
Also aware that Osama bin Laden would be blamed, as I remember taking a phone call as a child in the late 70s where a man identifying himself as Osama bin Laden explained that he was living in Afghanistan and that he was smuggling opium. I reported the phone call to my father, but he thought I was crazy, and he told me the call had never taken place.
I think in the 70s Osama bin Laden was living in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I don't want to call Osama bin Laden a liar in this case. I don't want to impugn him, but still.
Well,
It sounds like he got really fucked up on opium, accidentally called America, started saying some weird shit
I
to a kid.
Bro,
I told
it's
them
cool
I'm in
between us, right?
Afghanistan.
I'm gonna kill the United States.
But that doesn't sound like what he was doing. It just sounded like he was like catching up. Like, hey man, what are you doing? Oh, I'm living in Afghanistan, smuggling opium. It's a pretty normal day to day. You know, nothing, no big. MPD.
Also, on the day of 9/11 itself, I was mowing the back lawn at around 3 o'clock.
No,
Wait.
the pieces are all coming together.
Wait, so if he was mowing the lawn at 3 o'clock, like September 11th, the attacks began at like
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Eastern time. So like, where does this guy live? Ghana?
Oh, he's probably British.
Oh yeah.
They're all fucking British. Sorry,
Always
Brits.
British. Sorry, British.
I love you, but you got... Okay.
Got a funny way of showing
At around
it.
3 o'clock, when I was sure I heard a male voice say, "Something has just happened." I turned the mower off and looked around, but there was no one there. After finishing mowing the lawn, I went inside and turned the television on, and both the towers were on fire.
Wow, that's spooky. Oh
Well,
my god.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that this was submitted by George Bush?
Now, so 3 o'clock. So what time zone would he have been in?
Right, that's what I was asking.
Maybe his ghost is just really late.
And then scrolling down the page just a little bit, GJA leaves comments on his own story. Boots, will you just take the first comment to your own story there?
Yeah. I also recall possibly predicting Diana's death. The prediction came as a curious piece of prose that came to my mind, which went as follows. Diana is dead. The paper Nazis did it. From paper Nazis, I got paparazzis, but only after the event.
So they mumbled?
Uh-huh.
Well, this guy's also saying that he doesn't even know if he actually predicted it after it's happened. You know what I mean? Like, when you could just say,
Yeah.
oh, I did predict it because it did happen. He's like, you know what? I think I remember.
Except for Adam, that would be lying.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there was also something about the death of Grace Kelly in a car crash. As a child, my mother was showing me an old postcard which happened to have a picture of Grace Kelly on the front. On showing me this, she appeared to remark, "It's a shame what happened to Grace Kelly. She was killed in a car crash." Sometime later, I repeated what I had learnt to someone else and received the delayed reply that Grace Kelly was still alive.
Like by telegraph, or?
I explained that my mother had told me of the actress's death, but my mother scolded me, saying she never said such a thing.
Okay, yep, all right.
So it doesn't sound like this guy's psychic. It sounds like everyone around him is psychic.
It's a fish out of water scenario.
I've got an update.
Oh God, okay.
I had between my last post, which was November 7th, 2009, and now...
Yeah, somebody left the longest comment in the world.
At a time now that is November 9th, 2009, I had a breakthrough.
Right, yep. Okay.
Just adding to what I said above, it occurred to me that I recalled as a very young child receiving telephone calls from Grace Kelly.
I'm
Hello?
going to die in a car
Boy
crash.
here.
I know this could probably never have happened, and my parents have certainly never mentioned it.
So, Chris Collision,
You.
I'm so glad you're here.
Just happy to be here, Johnny.
Yeah. So, I'm happy to have you on the podcast. To rescue you from, certain persons in your life who, might
Make me read something horrible and awful? No.
Well, control what you're going to, communicate here. So know that this is a safe place, and we're safe people, and we care about you. So that said, is there a story you'd like to share with us at all?
As a man who does require corrective lenses, yes, there is.
Okay.
And that story goes a little something like this.
Like this.
Aroused by a creature I could not see. This is from Nikita.
Also Andy Man? I'm not sure.
I think Andy Man is the guy that posts these from
Yeah, I don't think Andy Man has the wherewithal to really allow people to submit stories.
Vets them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he vets them. So these are all resources. It's a Snopes kind of thing.
These are the good ones.
Please let me tell my story, through Andy Man or not.
Absolutely.
I am not someone who turns to the internet for information like this. I'm not a person who shares stories like this, but I need someone to tell me that they have had an experience like this.
Validate my bullshit.
I was sexually assaulted by something last night.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it was, but I do know this. I have had a lot of experience in my short 23 years with spirits and spiritual entities, and what I experienced last night was not a spirit. I was laying in my bed meditating, as I do every night before bed. As I lay there, I felt something caressing my body.
Oh, we get incubi and succubi back again. Yay!
Whatever it was, touched me in all the right places and in just the right way. I was in complete ecstasy for a good long while. I had no control. I was just spellbound. I actually enjoy it, which, by the way, disgusts me. I'm fun.
Sure.
Eventually, my mind broke through the spell, and I decided that whatever was going on needed to stop, only I couldn't stop what was happening, and the more I fought this thing off me. Period. It was very odd. I couldn't see the thing other than the actual pleasure it was giving me, but I knew where its chest, if it even had a chest, should have been. I put my hands in that area and physically pushed them upward toward the ceiling. I felt nothing when I did this. But the sexual sensation did immediately stop. I have never had an encounter like this before, and I am bothered by the fact that a creature I cannot see was able to arouse me in such a way. That's the first reasonable fucking thing I've written. There are only a handful of people who know how to touch me in such a way. Does anyone have any idea what this could have been? Help me!
Help me, my body felt good when I was meditating.
I just want to say that everything in this story is actually completely consistent with masturbating and then stopping.
Yeah, sure.
Adam, can you take Terrence?
You have experienced demonic incubi/succubi demons. Seek Jesus for help. You have sinned and open the door to it. You need to repent and it will leave you.
I'm Aiden. Yeah, or just enjoy it. Then read Dawkins, The God Delusion. Just what I always like to curl up with after masturbating.
Yes, the icy
Wow,
cold
masturbating?
emptiness of the universe. Yes.
I don't masturbate to Richard Dawkins. I masturbate to Richard Dawson.
I'm Prowess.
Oh, what's the, okay, Prowess.
I say a bunch of stuff that's pointless, but I'm going to say, worst case scenario, my guess is you've been playing with Ouija boards. Bad idea.
Not Ouija boards.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Ouija boards.
Ojai boards.
Ouija boards. Don't be playing with those Ouija boards.
Oh,
A bad
I didn't know
idea.
Ouija boards can get you laid. Or Ouija boards.
Ouija,
I need to find
Ouija
those.
boards.
Ouija boards.
Well, don't play with an Ouija board.
Frank West,
Yes.
you feel like shouting?
I think my neighbors would hate me.
Okay, good.
Yay.
Fuck you, Frank West neighbors! This story is called Face of Spirit Guide Manifests
No.
After Meditation.
No, it's not called that.
It's called Face of Spirit Guide Manifests After Meditation.
I'm manifesting right now.
By M. Sanderson. My story. After a meditation in my home, which I regularly do daily, I asked for my guide and inspirers to come closer and show me themselves to satisfy my curiosity about the afterlife. A few hours later, I was sitting and relaxing in my living room with my son, who is 19, and I was made to look up at my ceiling where a man's face began to manifest. Well, oh my god, that is amazing. I just want to point this out. There's an ellipsis and then a period.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that configuration before.
Yeah.
It's actually appeared on the
Fantastic.
podcast.
The ellipses looks different than the period.
That's probably what's summoning the demons. Strunk and White have come back to, like, teach you how to fucking type.
I guess people use ellipses so much in this place that they have to make their own special symbol for it.
Yeah, just put a little...
I
put a
asked
little
my
mound
son
flavor
if
on
he
it.
could see anything, and what could he see. He agreed and described exact what I was seeing. Luckily, I had my mobile phone, and in my mind, I asked Spirit itself if I could have permission to take a photo for my own peace of mind. To my amazement, the picture worked, and ended up taking more as the process of manifestation got stronger. Excuse me. The pics are absolutely amazing, and I was honored to be shown this proof.
Are they with your
Hey, you know
girlfriend
what's not
in Canada?
attached to this post?
Just hold on to them.
My ceiling fan cast shadows that look like a face that both me and my idiot son could see after doing nothing for a few hours, so
Hey, buddy,
I get a picture of it with my Razor's camera.
these pictures were for his peace of mind, not your satisfaction, okay? He doesn't
I
have
guess.
to...
I guess.
That's fair. That's fair.
The guide I got on a picture has since been verified as a Native Americano Indian warrior.
Americana.
I'm going with Americana.
And the coffee?
Who works with me in spiritualism. His name is Bear.
Oh, come
brings me-
on.
No, his name...
No, it's not.
That's
It's not.
His name is Bear and brings me much strength and Whedon's.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
his name is... Alternatively, his name is Bear and brings me much strength and guidance on my journey on the Earth plane.
Yeah, that's what happens when it goes into like the 20th or 21st generation. All the names are taken. Walking tiger? No? Oh, fuck.
Tiger.
Ambling
yeah.
tiger? Seriously?
Tiger?
If you ask you spirit guide to... It turns Italian there. To confirm things with you for any questions you need to be answered in life. They will do this for you. In the mot fascinating manner as you would imagine.
In the most fascinating manner, as you would imagine.
Trust in everything you believe and ask for guidance and you will be shown. XX God bless X.
Guidance.
I didn't... What?
Cool.
That was... Huh?
Maniest.
All right. I think it's time in this
the
podcast.
previous post before that, I don't know that the whole post lives up, but the title is "The Mystery of the Nintendo Puzzle Completed Whilst She Slept." Which is amazing.
I just noticed that the site's subtitle has two very distinct typos in it. Share your paranormal space, ghost stories, space, no space, physic, pie site, piss chick, ampersand, spiritual experiences.
That's my new clothing line.
Piss chic. Piss yourself chic.
All right, so Chris Collision.
Yes.
I'm going to read a piece, and it is up to you to decide which piece I will read. Now,
Oh, dear God.
this is your first time on the podcast. No pressure, but you are being judged by the decision you make here. So, the two pieces that we may read here,
Okay.
option number one is a devil-like monkey creature used to wake me up.
Are you sure it's not used to wake me up?
Nope, use.
Wow.
Oh, used to make me up.
Used to wake me. Okay.
Yep. And the second option is I dated my friend's dead brother.
Dear God.
I don't even think
I'm
that's
a
choice.
both and kind of guy. But I
sorry.
sense that's not going to fly here.
No, it's not going to work
Nope.
for you.
And to be quite honest, I like monkeys better than dead boyfriends.
Yeah, to be fair, the submitters, Mitzy Rae and Brojack, gave us a lot of material, so we really have to narrow it down.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Mitzy Rae and Brojack. I want to say that that's a first-time read for either of those two people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No clue.
But we've had some stuff from them, so yeah, thanks a lot for this submission. But anyway, you said a devil-like monkey creature used to wake me up. Here we go. This was submitted by Rebecca. So, my story is more of a question. I am 45 years old now, but when I was about 17 or 18, I was visited by a devil-like monkey creature several times. It always happened when I was alone. This 2 or 3 foot creature would wake me up and sit on my back snarling and showing its many thin, sharp teeth.
Are you sure
Which you
that
could
your
see
mom
how
just didn't
exactly.
own a Pomeranian?
You sure you didn't have a little brother?
My life is an anti-smoking advertisement. I was looking at the dead brother. Okay, so it was something to me, but maybe in another language. It was heavy and I couldn't move, but I could speak, and it would put its face right down in mine while it was sitting on my back. So, I mean, draw a picture of that if you can. It scared me at first, but after a few visits, I started to scream back at it and finally told it I believed in God and He would protect me, so leave me alone. I've never seen it since. Thank you, God.
I didn't realize you were going to preach at me. Jesus. All right, I'm gone.
Another God squatter.
I was gonna grant your wishes.
If you survive the test of 40 nights of not screaming.
Just wondering if anyone has ever experienced anything like that.
Oh, my
This was-
brother did.
This was not a dream to me, but always happened to me while I was trying to sleep. Just weird. I could feel its weight on my back, and even though it was only 2 or 3 feet, it felt very heavy. I could not get up. I even remember feeling it slobber on my face while it was yelling at me. Has anyone ever experienced Y-thing like that? Tags, devil.
Dags Devil. And if you scroll down, you will see the longest comment ever left on the internet by Sarcasme.
Trying to see if there's anything.
That's an entire episode.
I like just in the confines of this episode and everything that we've read. I like his last sentence is, "I'm a 26-year-old guy from Finland, just for the record, and I swear on my mother's life that everything I've told above is true."
Hi there, dears. My name is Doll.
Hey, Doll.
Hi,
What's up?
I'm a 58-old woman. And I have also seen this thing as a child. You have described in T. I was about 3, my brother a year younger. It was about 9 in the morning. We all slept in the same room. My father had gotten up for work. Had gotten up for work, period. Heard him and wanted to say goodbye, but when I went to lime out of my crib, I noticed this creature on my brother's crib. He was looking at my brother as he slept. His claws were wrapped around the top of my crib, and I was against his. I stood in crib, looking at him for a few seconds. He turned and looked at me, then turned his attention back to my brother. That's the end of my story.
Jesus, what happened next?
Leave your own story, lady. Why you gotta hijack mine? And how, because this was actually a thing that came up on Ball Pit recently of is it unfair to like non-native English speakers, the idea of kind of like the spelling, but like, so we've talked about like the sort of like spelling mistakes, but you spelled climb, C-I, period, space, capital I, space, I-L-L-L-L-L-L-L-L-I-M-B. How did you get there? How? Just doesn't make...
There was a monkey on my keyboard.
Have you ever tried to type about your ghost stories while you're trying to drink a melting slush puppy?
No, but it sounds fun.
God, shit. Got water on the goddamn thing. Where was it? In a ghost story?
Frank West.
Yes.
Would you like to make a choice here?
I love making choices.
Okay, great. These are
It's one of my favorite things.
These are thematically similar, so it might be good for you here. So, option number 1 is by Glonea, and it is called "The Ghost of My Dead Siamese Twin Pulls on My Hip." Just give it that a minute. There we go. All right. And the second one is by Jesse, and it's called "My Unborn Twin Has Been Haunting Me."
I think I'm going to go with Jesse.
Jesse it is. All right, here we go. So this was from December of 2011. So this is stood the test of time. You know, things get truer the older they get. And you're Jesse. This has got the tag of Child and Voices.
My unborn twin has been haunting me. My name is Jesse. Since I was younger, I always had this feeling that someone was beside me at night. It was only a minor feeling when I was young, but it started to get worse as I grew up. Then at the age of 13, my eye color changed, but only in one of my eyes.
David Bowie?
Are you an anime character? I don't think that happens.
Oh, it's a Rob Liefeld character. One of them is glowing.
You take that
I just
back,
spontaneously grew all these patches.
My crotch is a vortex, and my feet come the points.
Gun pouches!
Yeah, comic book jokes!
Rules perspective
Enjoy
don't
it,
apply.
audience!
Enjoy it. Go look up Rob Liefeld. You'll have a lot of fun.
Check out his Captain America.
And then, because we've always talked about it before we hit record, we've never talked about it at the appropriate time. You got a minute, you need to spend some time. Google image search Andrew Dice Clay. Just do it. Just do it. You'll be so happy.
Yes,
The results are terrific.
Yeah, that's most of our prep work for this podcast.
Sometimes, you want to get a couple giggles out before you get started. Look at pictures of Andrew Dice Clay. It's terrific.
I thought at first it was just some jing I had done, but it started to change each day. Okay. At this time, I was 15 years old, and I was asked to babysit my neighbor's younger son. He was only 3. I put him to bed around 10 o'clock, as laid down in my settee. My eye color had got worse. I was just about to ring an emergency doctor. Doctor, it's an emergency. My eye color has been changing gradually over the past 2 years.
But it's reached critical mass.
You want it? You rang an emergency, doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry, an emergency, doctor.
It's
When
a
the
legal
baby-
thing. They can't spell it the right way.
I have to get the doctor
They're
from
supposed to spell it-
emergency.
Supposed to spell it backwards, so when it's... When the baby monitor for the kid... No, sorry. When the baby monitor for the kid started making weird whispering sounds and let out a loud screech, I picked it up. I was scared, as I was only 15 at the time. Then a whisper came from the monitor saying, "I'm here and I want to be born." What? I remember this clearly. I jumped, I went upstairs, and everything was normal. When I was 16, I went to a doctor to find out that since I was a twin, but I took everything to help it live away from it. I want to exorcist to find out that from the age of 2, my unborn twin has been haunting me.
Well, they would say that, wouldn't they?
Okay. So this is the first draft of the Venture Brothers script? Adam's got something to read, but before he does, I just want to tell you that my name's Alid, and we had just stripped the wallpaper off of our hall, and I was sat at top of the stairs looking at the wall when I noticed a letter 8 scrapped in the wall very high up. I said the letter out loud from behind me. Somebody said, "That's me, that is." I turned around quickly, but no one was there, but I could hear someone walking around on the landing. Even though I couldn't see him, I knew he was there, but I think he was very friendly. This really creeped me out, though, as my bedroom is in the attic and I can hear all sorts from up there. I'm done!
Goodbye.
I saw a ghost. Goodbye.
So Adam, you have a little bit of name confusion, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. What's your problem?
When do people call me Steve? When my name is Jeff? My name is Jeff.
Why didn't I see that coming?
Okay, sounds good, Steve.
Steve, your coffee's ready. You have the venti, right?
I'm waiting here, Steve. Get on with it.
Read your story, Steve.
Steve,
I'm trying to do the voice. Shut up. My name is Jeffrey. Most people
You said it was Steve, damn it!
call me Jeff and know me as Jeff. I am 53 years old. For the past 30 years, I have had this same experience with people that know me pretty well. Usually through business relationships. All of a sudden, they will get excited to get my attention, and they call me Steve by error. Not any other name. They slip Steve.
I'm gonna say, I have this exact same experience.
Yeah?
People call you
At
Steve?
least a couple dozen times, people have called me Steve.
Oh. I've gotten Andy, so I don't blame people when they say Andy, but it's usually always Andy.
Yeah, I've never assumed it's ghosts.
When I questioned them, most were compelled to do so even though they knew it was not my name, and they knew it was Jeff. This can happen 2 to 3 times by different people in a given year, and did not occur for several years. The other day, it happened during a phone conversation. After I confronted the person, they said that they wrote my name for a work order on the backboard as Steve.
Right,
even
because
though
your name's
she knew
Steve.
it was wrong. What's up with this? Also, in the past 2 weeks...
S-T-E... No, none of these letters are correct. Why do I keep doing this? V-E... Exclamation point.
It's
Underline.
Jeff. Also, in the past 2 weeks, I was the person that came to rescue a faint victim that fell down and hit their head, and a person that had their first convulsion and almost died from not breathing. from not breathing, and I was also the first there to respond. Then the Steve name-calling started up again.
Steve!
You saved my life! Steve.
Eventually, this guy's just gonna, like, walk into the bathroom sobbing. He's gonna look deep into the mirror and realize that he's been wearing the wrong name tag for 30 years.
Hi, I'm Tilly. Yeah,
Tilly, what's
maybe
up,
that's a name you were in a past life. Or maybe that's your soul's name?
My soul's
My
name.
soul.
Your soul's
name? I'm Steve, first of my line.
I can see souls and their names, and yours is totally Steve.
You're, Steve, and you're Nathan, and you, I don't know what. Get out of here.
Chad? You're
And
Chad.
then Cece says, try looking into past life regression. Hope that helps. Yeah, that always helps. Everyone always says, I looked into past life regression, then my life got way better.
The only people that ever say hope this helps on this podcast are the people that say the most inane advice.
Put it in your butt. Hope this helps.
Play your acoustic guitar for your rock up your butt. Hope this helps.
God,
Post results.
I hope the end of this doc has butt ghosts.
Oh, I hope it does too. Speaking of butt ghosts, did you know that we have new stickers, Boots?
I did know that.
Yeah, we have limited edition polyvinyl stickers that you can buy from thefpl.us. There's only 100 of them printed, and you, for the low price of $3 or other prices, could get a sticker that says there's a ghost in my butt. And then the bee looks like a butt, and then there's a ghost that's coming out of the bee that looks like a butt. That was made by King Calamari. Anyway, let's see. Let's go on to The Cheeky One Who Hid My Book. That's a story by Emma. And Frank West, if you'll take that one, please.
The cheeky one who hid my book. My name is Emma.
Okay, Steve?
It's Davina.
I got pizza.
I've
Put in
had-
my wallet.
I've had quite a few paranormal experiences. The most recent one happened 2 days ago. I had pulled a book that out. Wow, I messed that one up. I had pulled a book out that I had purposely wanted to read and had left it on my bed whilst I went and got a drink.
Do you usually pull up books that you accidentally want to read?
Yes.
Okay.
When I came back, I noticed that the book wasn't on my bed, so I initially thought I may have put it somewhere else, so I began searching my room looking for it. With no luck, I decided to leave the room and say aloud, "Can you please put my book back?"
Ghost, I'm gonna leave and count to 10.
Dummy, you should have prayed to Saint Anthony first.
I waited 5 minutes before walking back into my room to find my book on the floor of my room. This wasn't the first time this has happened. It happened to my mum and brother. Whoever's doing it is a cheeky one.
It's the cheeky girls.
We are the cheeky ghosts. You are the hidden books.
Hi, I'm
Steps
Michelle.
on
Hi, I shared
Hi.
a story similar to yours on a website called Experience Project.
Oh, yeah, we know
Yeah.
about that. That one's in the hopper.
No, that's,
I was
that's
going
episode
to bake
124.
cupcakes, and one of my cupcakes pans went missing. I just had it, and then it was gone, so I said, I'm going to leave the room. When I come back, please put the pan where I can see it. I really need it. And when I went back in the kitchen, it was next to my coffee pot. I said, thank you. I guess some spirits got jokes.
God, you're being haunted by a terribly, terribly unfunny ghost.
Russell Simmons' deaf ghost gang.
Adam Sandler is back in ghost form.
This will inexplicably make $10 million.
Making the cupcakes in the...
I mean, it's not even a good... Like, tell me you looked by the coffee pot and it wasn't there. Like, come on! Chekhov would not approve of this fucking cupcake pan joke.
This.
Oh, sure, you know what Chekhov would approve or disapprove.
He's right here. He haunts me.
Chris has a Wii board or whatever.
It's an Ouya console.
Watch out with
An
those
Ouya
things. I hear
board.
they're dangerous.
A Booyah board. He has a Booyah board, which was made by Bunny Bread.
All right. Chris, you've had some strange experiences in South Louisiana, isn't that right?
I mean, it's as true now as it ever was.
Yeah.
Only on TLC. Strange experiences in South Louisiana.
Well, I thought so. You're going to read a story by Samantha, and it's called "Strange Experiences with in South Louisiana." And I'm going to spend
Samantha.
your entire reading avoiding the temptation to go suke.
Suke.
Everyone gets one.
Damn it! I spent mine already.
Guys. Yeah,
It's gone.
Get it out of your system.
You can do a bill. Yeah, that's fine.
Strange experiences in South Louisiana from Samantha. My story still
Samantha.
messes, but yet I
Spell your own name.
But yet I still don't know what it is. I will look in a mirror and zone out, and my eyes will turn completely dark like nothing's there, and I will listen to music and hear someone scream, "Sam!" This happens over and over
Yeah,
again.
I hope
and
you don't
decide
like
to stay
breathing.
home while my family goes out, and I was in our kitchen, and I had nothing in
It's
my
True
hand.
Detective Season 1.
I keep on thinking I see something and say that I'm just paranoid. I go into the bathroom, the door closes itself upstairs. You can hear my TV turn on and get louder and louder. I can feel them watching me as I type this, and I am fine with. First period. Living in South Louisiana, where
First and
voodoo
only.
is the darkness, a lot of people believe in this stuff. My grandma told me that my family can see them. I say them because I am not sure what they are, but it skips a generation. Now back to being home alone. So I turn out of our kitchen and jump out of my skin as to what I saw. I can't really remember what they looked like, but it scared me. My friend says if he tries, he can see them. And he said one is latched to my back today. I was taking pictures, and every picture I would take, a red thing would appear. Then being scared, I went upstairs, and I had an urge to run. So I ran from my bed, and the doorbell rang as soon as I laid on my bed. I said, "What the hell?" Went downstairs. No one was at the door, so I slammed it close and turned around. After not even taking a step, I hear my sister banging at the door saying, "Why did you slam the door in my face? What in the world is wrong with you?"
Still
I
no
opened the door,
punctuation.
seeing my
That is
mom's-
really hard to do that capitalization and not do punctuation.
I think somebody might be haunted by alcoholism. What? Who's out
I
there?
want to hear the sister's story.
Adam, just
bang!
Why-
You know, it doesn't help anyone to point it out. Just. It's fine.
I mean,
I'm under a lot
this
of
guy's got a
pressure.
problem.
the worst punctuated
I'm not sure what
fucking intervention.
The F plus is either drinking or sucking dick.
Why does it have to be either or?
No, it's
It
one then
helps
the
with
other.
the voices. It helps the voices.
I opened the door, seeing my mom's friend's car in the driveway. She having a questionable look. My older sister made sure she passed through the door. I went back upstairs, think, what the crap happened? I know what I saw when I opened the door. Nothing was there. Then less than a second later, my sister at the door. But how could my grandma be right? The things I have been seeing, feeling, hearing are not my imagination. Am I not crazy? Then I kneeled on the ground and asked my grandpas up in heaven if they are real. I heard a whisper, more like a threat. It said in a deep voice, nothing like my grandpa's. It was raspy and coarse. It said, "Yes, Sam." I got scared so much I went straight to sleep. The only thing I could dream of was them, and I decided I should write this, and here it is.
Not even a period there.
Dear grandpas, who are real, up in heaven, hearing my prayer.
Are you real?
Why did I slam the door on my grandmother's face? Amen to my grandpas in heaven.
So she had a questionable look, like, culottes.
Yeah, I mean, trench coat, but it was the middle of summer in South Louisiana. Who dresses like that?
So coming down to the end here, but I've heard that Boots, you're under constant attack from rogue
I am.
psychics. Isn't that true? Constant
yeah.
attacks. So by the way, there are I don't want to say categories. I don't think the site is sophisticated enough to have categories. But it does have tags, and the thing that Boost is about to read is in the is tagged True Ghost
No, these
Story.
are actually categories. Instead of the section categories on the right.
Okay, what are the other
There's
categories?
events, paranormal experiences, psychic experiences, spiritual experiences, and uncategorized, which is a category.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna look at that. So the only thing in uncategorized is, what was the strange whooshing sound outside my window? Jenny wants to know.
I'm just impressed that all but one poster
It was a
categorized.
flashback.
This is a long story for something that probably didn't happen.
Yeah,
Why do you always say
I'm under constant attack from rogue psychics.
Ooh,
My
dual
name's-
class. Sure.
My name's
And the only person on the internet who can spell rogue.
It's more of a multi-class.
actually impressed.
I had both of them at level 1, but anyway.
Oh, God.
I'm David C. Traverso, and my story is my paranormal experience started 4 days possessive before the Super Bowl, and this story is psychic and weird. The first day I was jogging and I heard a voice yell / swear at me. It was about it was about 100 feet in the air. One word is all stopped me in my tracks and made me look back. I shook it off and kept on jogging. On the second day, I was lifting weights.
Sure.
And on the
Sorry,
third day, he did fuck.
I handwrite menus, daily specials for a living, so I have no concept of possessives and plurals. But anyway,
Suck
I
it,
was lifting
menu
weights,
writers.
Sick burn.
and I heard 3 words.
It's the observational comedy that people really love the
Hey,
applause for.
waitresses, don't touch this plate, or you'll get a sick burn. It's hot.
I heard 3 words, my full name and a swear word. That was about 7 feet high. I said to myself,
David C. Traverso comes.
He treats the Verzo. Shit. He's coming.
I said to myself, what's going on here? I shook it off and finished my work out. The third day, I felt weird. I felt a weird. Okay.
Yep.
My mind and body felt a weird shiver, quiver, and hum that I'd never felt before. Yeah, on the 4th day, he / psychic broke through or connected with me. I talked to him 4 or 5 hours. Did not have a choice. He told me he was a psychic, remote viewer, and a communicator. I could tell this person was disturbed.
4 or 5 hours you didn't have a choice with a psychic. Yeah, that makes sense. I buy
The guy
that.
in my head's crazy.
He told me to go to my front window and watch. It was 4 a.m. First across the street, a neighbor came running out of her house screaming and shaking while she was holding her head. Then she went back inside instantly. About 15 minutes later, he told me to look out the side window, and then my next door neighbor came running and screaming out the back patio. It was weird to see 2 of my neighbors being attacked or invaded by a psychic while I was being attacked / invaded. The psychic mentioned how it was a strong connection. I thought psychic would go away. I was wrong. He's rogue, evil, and disturbed, to say the least. For the first
To
month...
say the least.
Sorry?
To say the least.
To say the least, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the first month I was scared and trying to make sense of this while I was being screamed at and attacked constantly. This psychic started a power trip on me, saying I was his robot and he was in control of my life. The psychic was screaming, swearing, and attacking me constantly. Then he started asking me for money, jewelry, or whatever else he could get.
Started dating the man in my head, and
It's weird how this guy's haunted by somebody boring and long-winded.
I thought I'd heard it all. Psychic extortion. Give me money or I'll stay in your head and try to have a psychotic breakdown.
Try to you have a psychotic breakdown, right? Yeah.
That's what I said.
Said it because it makes sense. That's why you said it.
Yeah. That was just a start. Then another more powerful psychic came into this, and I recognized right away. I have not seen or heard from him in 20-plus years. He was my old grade school science teacher. Right away, as soon as he started attacking me hard and strong, he made it perfectly clear this was about money. He almost gave me a heart attack. Thank God I work out 3 times a day. And then I got a foot-long dick.
It's like Harry Potter without wands.
It's that many words, too.
Yeah.
That apostrophe S when this started to get intense.
Oh dear.
I had 2 psychics attacking me for money, power trip, and addiction.
Okay.
The first psychic was in the mind, and the second in the body/spine.
This is a nice gray matter you have here. It'd be a shame if somebody made you have a psychotic break in it.
Hey, you got a bee on your spine. I felt a lot of attacks, such as blocked thoughts. Every single time there's an S, there's an apostrophe in front of it.
Right. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Almost done. You're almost done.
Am I?
No, he's not.
Well, then skip some, damn it.
These 2 psychics were trying to extort $5,000 to $15,000 from me. They didn't get anything from me but trouble.
What?
I had to start taking sleeping pills to sleep. I sleep 5 to 7 hours a night. I don't understand how I could be connected to these psychics for so long.
Oh, I think I have an idea. All of the K2 that you smoke.
That's how I stay connected.
Yeah, this went on for a year. The it was gone. I think I might have been a victim of a spinal tap.
What?
Yeah, that's when I saw, or they let me see, their psychic machine.
The victim of a... I mean, spinal taps are very, like, labor-intensive.
They
Yeah.
just knocked him out on the sidewalk and quickly did a spinal tap on him, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like they got one of those things that you get maple out of.
Yeah, you
I just
know.
got a spinal tap when I got my tetanus shot. Do they do those at the same time?
Well, yeah, because the pain of the tetanus shot is enough to distract you from the spinal tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is when I saw, or they let me see the psychic machine. It is big.
Oh, sure.
I did not know psychics could enhance their ability with machines.
Me neither. I'm learning that now. Let's
Apparently
skip a paragraph.
somebody didn't see X-Men.
Let's skip a paragraph, but know that the paragraph that he's skipping mentions coast to coast.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk
And
to other
X-Files.
well-known psychics and Coast to Coast AM that tell people about this. I know my old
It is-
science teacher has a list of students, and he attacks them ESP in that machine.
What?
You heard me. He's been
did.
doing
I
this
heard
for
you.
years. I'm not the first or the last. It's criminal and invasion and one's most privacy. I'm trying to bring more light on these psychics and what they're doing. I believe hundreds of people have been attacked by these 2 rogue psychics. Thank you for posting my experience. It's weird but true. Thank you for listening.
It's weird.
This is what happens when you work out. It drives your brain crazy.
It's weird that there's no comments on this.
Yeah, there's
I could
no
not be
comments
sadder
on
that
this.
there's no comments. This guy needs to be heard. Well, I guess we just helped with that.
Yeah.
Well, he called into Coast to Coast, so
Good luck, David,
Good point. Yeah.
wherever you are.
Yeah, good luck, David C. Traverso fuck. So, let's close this up with one last story here. And once again, thank you to Brojack and Mitzy Rae for this document. Terrific.
Only on
Really, we're spending some time looking at the documents and trying to debate. And then Adam was like, oh, isn't there a thing in here about paranormal experiences? And then that was our decision made. So, but Chris, or should I say Steve?
You should. You almost certainly should.
So you have a story you want to close out on, don't you?
I do. I've never wanted anything more in my life.
Okay, good. I mean,
So,
that's sad, but it
Don't
works for
judge
this
me,
podcast.
Lemon.
Well, I'm kind of judgy.
Kind
I think everyone else in this room would back me up on that.
Oh, you? I don't know about that.
All right, so buckle up, grip your broomsticks tightly with your thighs, because it's about to get a little witchy in here.
Okay.
Because my name, as you might have expected, is Claire,
Right.
and I knew a girl who could control the wind. I listened to a lot of Fleetwood Mac. My story. I was about 11 years old. I joined this archery class. There was a 9-year-old girl named Matilda there. Her eyes were orange. I'm not kidding. Orange. We talked for a while.
Believe
She
you.
looked at me with this deadpan expression and said, "I have something to show you."
Ooh.
We snuck to the back of the class, and she said,
Oh.
"Watch me."
Okay, yeah, that's...
She held up a finger and spun it. Suddenly, on this hot, humid summer day, there was a breeze. I wasn't imagining it. Other people noticed. A few of the kids went, "Ah." She did it several times, every day. I could feel wind. I haven't seen her
Oh,
since
Matilda, thanks.
then. I often wonder what happened to Matilda, the little girl with the ability to control the wind. This is 100% true. I'm not kidding. I promise.
Matilda was probably like, look at my weird finger.
Also, you were 11 years old.
Yeah.
Isn't that old enough to recognize that if you meet somebody and then the person that you talk to says, "I have something to show you."
Yeah. There's another running F+ theme of like being fooled by people that are younger than you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm David Gladwin. I have something to say about that story. I think I know what's going on. I know what's up with Matilda.
Okay.
Okay.
She is an alien hybrid being.
Oh shit! Well, now I have to move it to the different category.
Fuck.
Frankly, I believe David Gladwin. It took him a little over 2 months to come up with that explanation.
Right. Well, he did the
I assume he was
research.
researching the entire time.
So, F+, what did we learn from this?
Well, Steve, I've learned that people have boring
it's lemon.
stories.
That's a good point, Steve. And you know what I've learned? Is that if you tell a boring person a boring story, they'll often respond with a similar boring story of their own. Steve, do you have anything to add?
Oh yeah, this is actually at least way more interesting than people's dreams.
Oh yeah.
Sure, yeah.
like cause
Yeah.
Even though a lot of them are people's.
I do like a good ghost story. Like, I'll be honest. I do like a good ghost story, even if it's like, you're full of shit. You probably saw somebody else who was in the place you shouldn't have been in or something like that. Or whatever. But, like, if they tell it right, it can kind of send chills down your spine, and it's kind of cool. But, like, if somebody's telling you a dream, it's like, shut up!
Yeah, absolutely. Do you end up hearing ghost stories from, like, people that you talk to in your...
Not every day, but if it's like like you're camping with people and everybody's drunk and somebody's got a flashlight and it's like, let's tell ghost stories, and then somebody has like a good one.
Okay.
Not like...
and they're ghost stories that they... Are they ghost stories that they're inventing?
No, like, it's like,
Okay.
I saw something once.
Okay, sure.
But it doesn't make me go like, oh, that's a bright person. It's like, oh, that was a good story if they tell it right.
Sure. Okay, cool.
when I was
I
in
was gonna say, if you like a good ghost story, the last hour and change must have really sucked for you.
Well, I'm not a connoisseur. Ooh, I'm being tortured by these cliches and odious metaphors.
when I was in Seattle earlier this summer, I was drinking in an underground, a bar in the underground, and the bartender had claimed that it said that one of the claims for fame of the shitty bar that it was a good bar, but it was a shitty bar. So one of the claims for fame of the bar is that 3 different ghost shows had done episodes in that bar.
Great PR.
Yeah,
They're haunted by great PR.
yeah. And I said, so do you think this place is haunted? And he's like, give me a fucking break.
I would say that, I mean, like, the thing that that I would put here on Andy Man there is that Andy Man, you know, there's that thing that we, I think really every episode we've done has hit this point of like how the internet like makes crazy crazier. And
Well, there's
thing
like
is
not
that-
crazy people here, and then they're supported by the genuine crazy people.
right.
But like most people aren't very good at figuring out that other people are crazy, so they're just like, oh, this is a person who has also had a ghost experience, and they're like,
Sure.
I am battling psychics in my mind.
One of them is a teacher.
But that's the thing is that like okay, so that thing that long ass thing that Boots read, I mean, this was emailed or somehow submitted to Andy Man, right? So then Andy Man like cut it, like parsed it, did not spell check it, and then put it online. And like at no point did he go, "Hey, you're a danger to yourself and others." Like maybe you should seek professional help, and that's the point that should have happened with this.
If you're willing to believe in ghosts enough, you're running a whole website about it, then like you're not gonna pick up. You're not the sort of person who's gonna pick up on those signals.
Well, you need content.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta hit that SEO, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why you guys are so cynical.
Scream engine optimization.
You don't know why we're so cynical? We've done almost 200 episodes of this.
I don't know why you're so cynical. I am a 100% confirmed absolute believer in goats. I just don't think that there's any room for debate about this.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Well, then we won't, I guess.
All right, well-
The website is always thefpl.us. It's the place where you can leave a comment if you feel like it or not. That's fine, too.
Yeah, and if you want to tell us about the ghosts that live in your house, your locker room, your dorm, whatever,
what should I do?
Come to Ball Pit. That's BALLP.IT. That's our forum.
Ball Pit, there's a pretty good food subforum there.
Yeah.
With like the cooking disasters. I gave my report of my 10 hours at the Minnesota State Fair.
Man.
And then there's that thing where people were making their own booze for a while, which was harrowing. Harrowing, I think is the word.
Yeah, and if you've consumed a dangerous amount of chocolate milk,
If you're looking for a place to get drunk, why not do it at F Plus Live? Bye.
bye.
Goodbye.
I'm really sorry, Steven, but your bicycle's been stolen. I was watching it for you till you came back in the fall. I guess I didn't do such a good job after all. I was feeling really sorry, Steven, and I spent all morning grieving.
We shouldn't read it, but the previous story was a strange smell emanates since my cousin drowned.
Yes, I would imagine.
Yes,
Written
that's
by
a dead
Phil
person.
Collins.
Oh, my.
Deep cut.